Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Avoiding Broke podcast. It's me, Jermaine, here. And guys, it's a little bit different this morning. So I've currently got my 6-week-old son here in my left arm, feeding him, right? So we're a little bit freelance today. Guys, the focus of today's podcast is one simple word, and it is focus. When we think about the wealthiest people in the world, the richest people in the world, one of the things that they are usually exceptionally good at doing is focusing on whatever job they need to do at a given time to achieve the outcome they're looking for. So it doesn't matter if they're starting a company from scratch, if they're in a company and they're executing on their strategy, if they choose a particular direction they want to go in, if they decide on a particular acquisition, if they want to react to a market in a certain way. What all of these people will have is that they have a very singular focus on their particular task. And so if they're going to acquire something, that's what they do. If they're going to cut costs, that's what they do. If they want to develop something, that's what they do, and so on and so forth. And that is one of the most powerful lessons from really successful people who have gone before us. Now, when you think about personal finance, we can often find ourselves in a very funny situation where a lot of us will think about, how do we save money? How do we cut costs, which is slightly different. So saving money is what you tuck away in your bank, but cutting your costs is what it says on the tin. It's how you reduce your expenses. Then we often think about, how do we increase our income? And we'll also think about things like, how can we start investing? So straight away, those are 4 very different focuses, and they require 4 very different types of decision making, 4 different types of behavior, and 4 different ways of doing things. So as much as we think they're linked, excuse a bit of the background noise, but again, guys, this is real life. As much as we may think they're linked, the reality is we can find ourselves in an everyday situation needing 4 very different ways of actually conducting ourselves, because we wake up and we're thinking about income, investments, costs, and savings, and it just doesn't work. So one of the best and most powerful things that we can do is to choose one of those things to focus on and just go after it. Now, it doesn't mean that you neglect everything else, because of course what happens is you know it's there to be looked after. So if you're going after, say, your income goal, you know, for example, you are still trying to cut costs. So you will be more diligent when it comes to what you spend in supermarkets, or how often you go out to go and eat out at, I don't know, Five Guys or whatever it is. If you know that you don't have any debt, you're looking to grow your investments, you will be thinking very carefully about, when your income comes in, what do you save into a pot that you could dip into it for a rainy day, for example, versus what do you choose to invest, which you're not planning on touching for another 20 or 30 years. You will be more diligent about the other areas. But the key thing to grasp is that in our day-to-day lives, we will often have at least 4 competing priorities when it comes to our money. It will be around increasing income, reducing expenses, how to save on a basic level, and then how to invest. Often those are at least the 4 most basic things we're going to be thinking of, and they will be competing and clashing. And what we want to do is learn the lesson from the rich. We want to choose one thing to focus on. We want to try to give it our all to try to do our best in that particular area. We will still be servicing the other areas, because we've got to trust ourselves that we'll do that. But then we need to switch focus to them only when the timing seems right and when it seems like it's appropriate. All right, guys, that's the one on focus for today. It's a big subject that I've been reading about a lot recently, and looking at how we can improve our own effectiveness and focus. So I'm now going to focus on my 6-week-old here. As I say, you can see my right hand here is just feeding him. We're going to spend some time together, and I wish all of you a fantastic Sunday, and I'll speak to you soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye.